Hello everyone, welcome to the Pirates of Sartosa, a modification review for Warhammer 2. It's also available for Warhammer 1, and if you would like to check it out, I do have a link to it down below. While we watch a major battle between the pirates and the Skaven, we're going to talk about the faction a little bit. Let's go look at their units as they begin to set up. Over here we have a Pirate Lord, which is right now their only faction leader. The mod is still being worked upon, so there will be a bit of time until we can see more units being added to it and a proper integration into the main campaign, which is really what we all want, right? I want a pirate. Alright, now before I talk about other units, I would like to go over a bit of their lore in case you're brand new to the faction. So, here we have a land that's called the Decadent Pirate Principality of Sartosa, or the Free City of Sartosa, or if you want, you could just call it the City of Pirates. It's a pirate island stronghold to the south of Tulea. It's known for being a hive of villainy and scum. There's no actual leadership there, meaning that if you're strong, you can have your way. If you have money, you can have your way. It's an anarchist's wet dream. You do have pirate lords who are retired, and I say retired with a bunch of quotations. They're still pretty active in very many ways, but they have a lot of power and wealth, and it's really the ultimate goal for any pirate to one day have the money to call it quits. And if you're a fan of One Piece, well, here you go. You've got your faction. Now, there are no actual laws, but there is a pirate's code. Here's number 1. Everyone shall obey orders from the captain and his officers. A crewman has the right to defend himself and his honor. Number 3. A man can challenge another to a fair duel, but the challenge gets choice of weapons. No other person can interfere in this duel until one man is dead or relents. And here's my favorite one. Booty will be shared as follows. 1 share to every ordinary seaman. 3 shares to the captain, 2 shares to the master carpenter, boatswain, and gunner. Anyone caught attempting to desert will be marooned. He may take only a weapon and a bottle of water. Anyone being lazy or failing to clean his weapons will lose his share of booty. Yeah, the battle's pretty brutal right now, and we'll go over more of the laws. They're fighting in a crazy choke point affair. They've got artillery, they've got the weapons to do it. Let's just hope that they can do it. It gets rather numerous whenever you have that many Skaven. You can't really help that. So while they fight, kind of in a gridlock right now, and again, we'll look at each individual unit when we have a moment. But here we go. Anyone being lazy or failing to clean his weapons will lose his share of the booty. The punishment for hitting a crewman is 40 lashes on the bare back. Everyone may vote on every important decision. Everyone may have a share of captured drink and fresh food. Anyone found stealing from another member of the crew will have his ears and nose slit open and be set ashore. The penalty for bringing a woman aboard in disguise is death. No one may leave the crew until each man has made 500 gold coins. No crew member may fraternize with wizards or any other dealers of the dark arts. And that's your codes. That's all that you really need to know. Alright, so now that we've done that, we need to go look at various units that we have around here. We can go to slow motion just for a bit. I'll have to work on finding the optimal amount to bring into a battle so that's all smooth and buttery. But here we have the Pirate Lord. If we go look at what he has right now, fairly traditional abilities. We're looking at Deadly Onslaught, Foe Seeker, Rally. In a way, he's much like a Witch Hunter with his ranged attacks. But if we look at that real quick, Dirty Fighting. He can debuff his foes, giving him a nice debuff of -4 to melee attack and -4 to melee defense. We're looking at a very low armor count of 30. Leadership, well, we can't see the full amount. Base value, also pretty low. Melee attack, so I mean, all in all, he's not really the superior leader that you want fighting alone in battle. I do like his blade. Over here, we have the ever-eager First Mate. I do like his boots quite a bit. They're pretty good. He's got armor-piercing missiles. He's a decent melee combatant. He's got the same debuff, and if we look at it, he's got extra powder. And over here, ballistics calibration. All of that helping out your artillery. Then we have Swabbies, yarg. And they're over here, half nude, wearing whatever they can. Do you have 2 eye patches? Wait. He's got 2 eye... I did not know that was a thing. Okay, well, we have Blindy the Patchy Spy. He's over there. He's a great pirate. Over here, we now have our Buccaneers, but again, to look at my Swabbies once more, we can go look at their very low armor. They're very cheap. They're really kind of expendable. Poor leadership. They're just kind of meant to go out there and die for you. Over here, we have the pirate crew with boarding pike. They have anti-large abilities, and apparently most of them, if not all of them, have a great debuff called Dirty Fighting. It only lasts for 10 seconds. They do have a bonus versus large units, but how much is it? 15, which is a fair amount. There's a Hell Pit Abomination that they can hopefully get to. Over here we have the General Pirate Crew. They are great duelists, which is an interesting thing. So they're good fighting actual individual units like heroes or lords. I don't know how that would actually work out in a practical event. Grog Lubbers are over here. They're unbreakable. They will not break. They've had a few too many and they're good to go. They do have a physical resistance of 20%, and a missile resistance of also 20%. And over here, oh, no, those are my same ones, my Grog Lubbers. All right, Buccaneers are over here. They're anti-infantry. These are the guys that you'll probably use to really go after your foes if you want someone who's a little bit tougher than a Swabby. Let's go look at their overall stats right now. At a base of 44, 28 weapon damage, 16 for armor piercing damage, and then a bonus versus large, 8. So they do 8 additional for that. Then over here we have our pirate crew that has pistols, armor piercing missiles, and a decent melee combatant. They too have a pretty terrible range of 90, but again, they're only using pistols. They're kind of like your free company militia, though. I feel like they could do some decent damage if they really wanted to. Over here we have deck gunners. Now these guys are pretty darn good. A range of 145, a missile damage of 18, and everything is subject to change. If there's like anything that you want to change that you think would be a good balance change, you can always let a mod creator know. Most of them, I'm sure, are really happy to hear what you have to say and to know that you're playing what they had made. So a pretty good range in armor piercing missiles. Okay, so at 18 missile damage, we're looking at how much? 16 for armor piercing. So a majority of their damage is all basically from armor piercing damage. If you want to break through some armor, there you go. That's a pretty large gun. Wow. I don't know if I want to see that being used. And then over here we have our dwarf sea dogs. If you want to be a dwarf, if you want to be a pirate, here you go. Fast for a dwarf. They're decent melee combatants. They have armor piercing missiles. So like we're seeing a lot of mixtures here where they can all kind of just fight dirty and debuff their foes. A magic resistance of 25%. We keep on looking. More gunners. And then back here we have only traditional cannons, though I don't know why they're hiding away, but they are in fact hiding away. So let's go look at the battle right now. In the future, I won't do a choke point battle. I will tell you that. I thought it would be like a very easy way to show things off. But right now, it looks like our pirates are having a pretty tough time. Somehow, it's showing us as potentially being able to win, but we're going to see how the pirates are able to stand up. They're only fighting a lot of clan rats, though they are outnumbered. So again, I don't know how they'll do it, but we're going to find out. If the artillery can really get into them, I feel like they could do the most damage at 120 kills over here, 95 over here, and 68 over on the right flank. They're pretty close too. If they keep on firing, they'll get the kills they need. So the island itself was formed by a now mostly dormant volcano called Mount Iritinia. And here's a tale of creation, like a mythological tale all the pirates tell about how it all came to be. A favorite Sartosan tale would explain that the island was created when a young sailor cast adrift when his ship was destroyed, called out to all the gods to save him in exchange for his eternal pledge of loyalty. None of them answered except for Ronald the Trickster, who you usually see mentioned whenever you do try to gamble for magic at the beginning of a match. And they're really going for it right now. And he did oblige him by forcing an island to rise up from out of the water in a gout of fire and molten lava. However, that action angered Manon, the god of the seas, and in order to placate him, Ronald ordered the sailor to pay his loyalty also to Manon as well, using gold and plunder as a type of pseudo-sacrifice. That's really just a bunch of basic information. There's a lot more. So yeah, they came out in a Dogs of War book back in the day, I believe like the 5th edition, and then they also came out, if I remember right, in a Warhammer Fantasy Battle RPG supplement book. Oh yeah, those are really cool, I might add. I don't own all of them. They're kind of a huge pain to find. I do own most of the ones for 40k when it comes to tabletop stuff, but it looks like they were able to break through. What they were able to do, they were able to break through a bunch of basic units right now. They'll be back though. They will definitely be back. Let's go look over here again. We've got so many ranged units. We took care of that Doom Will, potentially at great cost. We have such a massive amount of Skaven staying here and fighting. That Rat Ogre is breaking a few pirates. These pirates, I'm sure, will only be unified when there's a grave threat. Now where's Captain Barbarossa? Or Blackbeard? Oh yeah, another thing to know about the island too is that mercenaries are everywhere here. Oh, and due to all of that volcanic ash, it's actually a very fertile land. It's only due to all the rocks that it's kind of a pain to farm, but if you want to become a farmer here, well, I suppose you could do it. Over 100 kills for that Hell Pit Abomination. Things are still getting kind of hectic. I've got all my ranged units over here. I think if we try to place them ourselves, maybe they'll be a little bit better off. Let's find out. I can't fully control them. The AI is trying to maintain that control. I think a few more of them are trying to shoot right now. But again, I feel battle would be so much easier. Our Pirate Lord has 0 kills right now. He's still in there trying to get his part through. But right now, I do know that the mod creator is still currently looking for people to help him out. He would like to be able to integrate it into the campaign. And I'm all about minor factions. I know that a lot of these factions might be from older books, but that is really the beautiful part of modifications. We can have them added in via mods. It may not be part of the core design of the game, but who cares? Alright, cannon. Have they actually shot it all? I can't actually tell. I think they're doing it here and there. It is kind of hard for them to do so. Hit something, man. Hit something. Okay, I'm gonna actually turn it off real quick. Can I do that? Only the Lord is under my control? Oh, cool. Okay. Let's move him back. I feel like that's a pretty good idea. So I'm using a secondary modification that you'll see me use quite a bit called Spectator Mode, and it allows you to issue commands to where you can give control of your units to the AI, which is pretty darn nice. And I don't remember every single command off the top of my head right now. But look at him go. He's beginning to damage the Hell Pit Abomination, who's still fighting us. Alright, what if I tried that one? Only the Lord? What about that one? Okay. There we are. So now it's back under my control. Now I remember how to do that. Let's get all of our range units over here in formation and ready to go. And over here too, they can get ready to go. Yeah, provided that we have them all in guard mode and they just begin to shoot, I think we've got a pretty good shot at it. The Hell Pit Abomination is now gone. They still have a Warlord, so let's move back a bit. All my range units will need to fight together if we're to win. Okay, Swivel Gunners, come over here. Now they're really beginning to hit all of his Skaven. I did not expect to have to actually control the battle myself. I'm okay with it. That's fine with me. I think it's an awesome thing. We have some cannon gone, but we've got so many more Skaven to hit right now. So I love how we have our cannons way back here just hidden away waiting to attack. Alright, you're moving back too, buddy. Come on. Reload skill can go up. Yeah, come over here and buff up our force. A very powerful buff if we do need it. Swivel Gunners move back. You can shoot too. Swabbies are still fighting out there, holding back all the clan rats. Okay, so now we want more gunners to move over here. I could have them move behind them. I think that would be the ideal situation if we want to be able to win. I know that more of them will come towards me. The Warfire Throwers now have 50 kills. They're still holding up pretty strong. Okay, first mate. Buff them all up. Right now. Okay, Swivel Gunners, do your part. I don't need any of you trying to skirmish away. Just gonna wait here. Yeah, I'm moving another force out there right now. There we go. Now a few more are getting kills. That's what I'm talking about. They take a little bit, but once you get them going, they really begin to hit hard. I actually am a little bit glad it had a pretty rough start, just because now we get to play ourselves and you can see how I control them. Again, it's only a choke point map, so it's really not too hard, and it looks like we've won already. But with all that firepower, with all those guns, you could really shoot up an enemy army, and again, very cheap forces too. Can I help you? What is going on? Are these our... Yeah, I had a feeling that that would be our grog lubbers. When you're that drunk, I guess you don't care what happens. You're like, you know what? I'm not going to break. I'm going to take you on. Okay. That ended our battle. A Pyrrhic victory. We lost over 1,100 for a total of 1,170. Our enemies lost 1,869. And so if you want me to do more mod reviews in the future, let me know down below. If there's a really cool mod that you want me to check out, again, let me know too. If you would like to chat with me live, I'm on my Discord every day. I have a link to that too, so check that out. Anyway, leave a like, comment, and sub, and I'll talk to all of you later. Until then. Yarg!